Hi, I'm Rich Frawley, and I'm the Director of Training here at ADF Solutions. Today we are going to show you how to acquire a mobile device. MDI gives you several options when working with mobile devices, such as preview, screen capture, and collect files. But what do you do when you have the time to complete an acquisition and scan or parse that acquisition? Today we are going to walk through each process so you are more aware of your outcome. What's happening within the ADF application. When you have a little more time to conduct your early case assessment or investigation, we give you two options to create that acquisition, allowing your workflow to match your requirements. What's important to note, scan and acquire will both create an acquisition of the device. Scan is the all-in-one area where you connect, screen capture, which is optional, acquire, parse, and analyze. Acquire allows you to make the acquisition and then choose to either scan immediately or scan at a later time by adding it from the scan screen or going to the acquisition screen and choosing scan. You may have many devices that have been seized and collected, and the importance is on getting the advanced logical acquisition completed and conducting the scan at a later time. In this case, we will utilize the acquire screen to simply conduct an acquisition for later parsing. So what should we know about the acquire feature? One, you always want to use the connection wizard to connect to your source device. You want to select a destination, preferably it's going to be an external storage device, and you want to remember that location if it's not your default for parsing later. If warranted, you're going to select an acquisition name, and then you're going to proceed with the acquisitions. Now, with big acquisitions and large files, acquisitions may appear to stall. Just be patient and let it run its course. Screen captures are not an option in this screen. If captures are required along with an acquisition, go right to the scan screen. Once the acquisition is complete, you'll be notified. You select OK. And at this point, it brings you to the acquisition screen. Now you can choose to move on to your next device and make another acquisition, or you can scan this acquisition by selecting the scan button. This will preload your acquisition. You can choose your search profile and move forward from there. Now, if you decided to move on and make another acquisition and not parse and scan that out at that time, you can either go back to the view acquisitions and choose that acquisition you've made. If it wasn't in this folder, you can go and choose another folder where that may be. Your other option is to go right to the scan screen and add device acquisition. That was ADF Android, and point it to the location. If you decide you want to do everything at once, we go to the scan screen, add your device, select your profile, give it a name, select scan, and with this method, you will be given the option to create screen captures. Again, it's optional. If you do not wish to make any screen captures, you hit continue, and it goes into the acquisition phase. Once the acquisition is completed, it will automatically start scanning and parsing the acquisition. Important steps to remember: save acquisitions and scan results to an external drive. They are large. Know where you are saving your acquisitions to so you can point to them at a later date. If you used acquire, make sure you use add device acquisition in the scan screen. And please always remember, acquisitions and scans are separate items. That's all for this video. Thank you for your time.